And it's going up, and it's going to double and triple again. How are we being protected as longtime property owners?
Homeowners in a handful of Cleveland neighborhoods say they're being pushed out by rising property taxes. They worry if something doesn't change, they'll be forced to leave.
And they're blaming the skyrocketing taxes on developers. 5 on Your Side investigator Joe Paganakis in the newsroom. Joe, they say this is the result of the city handing out tax abatements.
Rob, Danita, longtime residents in these neighborhoods say if the city doesn't stop giving tax breaks to developers, they'll be forced to move out.
Protect us. I might be losing my home. I don't know.
Carol Prusak and dozens of other longtime Tremont property owners attending one of more than a dozen community listening sessions hosted by the city of Cleveland. Concerned they'll no longer be able to afford their homes as property taxes skyrocket due to continued tax-abated development of new housing in their neighborhoods.
There's no way that people's property should be assessed at 50%, 100%, 200%, and 300%. That's unnatural.
It's time to produce legislation that does not produce systemic gentrification in Tremont.
The Lincoln Heights Block Club fighting for a long-time owner-occupant program, or LOOP legislation, effective in cities like Philadelphia, giving longtime homeowners a limit on how high their tax increase can be year to year if they meet certain income requirements.
This isn't a state issue. This is a city issue. It's legislation that the city could do, and let's see it happen. No more excuses.
We want to hear from the folks that live in our neighborhoods. We can't just make everything up at City Hall.
Cleveland Councilman Kerry McCormick says he and a team of consultants are working to revise the tax abatement structure that is still currently giving developers a 100% abatement for up to 15 years. The team is scheduled to give its report to the City Council in March of 2020. But former Congresswoman Mary Rose Okar says longtime residents need tax relief now.
What I want them to do is no more tax abatement until they're finished, because I think this whole thing of dragging it on till March is very irresponsible.
And the next step in the process is to have a draft analysis and an initial report sometime in January on how to make Cleveland's tax abatement policy more equitable for longtime homeowners.
Well, Joe, you got a chance to speak to a lot of concerned homeowners tonight. Are they going to have another opportunity to tell the city how they feel about this?
Danita, 2 larger community meetings will be held in February 2020 where homeowners can give city leaders recommendations and feedbacks. This is one of the biggest issues facing Cleveland's core neighborhoods.